Well, hello there. Today is Sunday, July 19th, and I want to welcome you out to Learning with Lynn. So we have Lynn Huber here.
It's August 19th, and it's Richard here.
Oh, what did I say?
She said July. We're moving along this month. We're almost to Christmas.
Oh my gosh, August 19th. What happened to the summer? I can't believe where the summer went. It's crazy. Anyway, so today's August 19th. Welcome out today. I'm excited that you're here. And today we're going to talk about 100 ways to grow your business. We're just ending with summer. Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Hey, Tracy.
And who else is there? Another Tracy. Two Tracys. So yeah, summer's almost over. Believe it or not, we're already towards the end of August, and then September we're back to school, and then before you know it, we're in fourth quarter. I mean, that's like in a couple of weeks we'll be in fourth quarter, and our busiest time of the year is in fourth quarter. So let's start gearing up for it, and look at all the ways we can grow our business, so that when all the big sales from fourth quarter come, you get to reap those rewards. So let me do this. I'm going to share my screen. Move this over here. And I'm going to, let's see, we're going to go like this. There we go. So now you should be able to see my screen. And so we're on my online beauty biz blog. And so let's go. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to the right here and search. For those of you that use your phone more than anything, you can do it this way, I believe. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, so here, this is what it would look like on a phone. And you would scroll all the way down to the bottom of the first page. And you would see sign up for a newsletter, and then you would see the search box right there. So on a computer, the search box is on the right-hand side, and we're just going to type in 100 ways. This is a blog post I wrote a while ago, 100 ways to grow your business, your Avon business. And it's still, it's all still really relevant. So I kind of wanted to go through some of these steps. Hi, Pat. Hi, Mark and Lori. Good to see you guys here. So let's talk about some of these ways. And before we even go any farther, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about how to massively grow your business. And what I talked about was brochures. Yes, you guys, brochures is the #1 key to growing your business. The more you put out, the more business you're going to have. And it doesn't even matter how you work your business. I mean, I've seen people work their business with very few brochures and be highly successful. In fact, when I was in California, I had a couple of Mexican ladies, and it's nothing about Mexicans, but it's just the way they work their business in California. They would take one brochure and they would pass it around, and everybody would turn down the pages and write their name and circle it. And they would bring that brochure back and have me help them with their order. And they'd have $1,000 in orders from that one book. So absolutely, you can do it with less brochures. But if you're looking to increase your business and you're looking to really grow, then the key is more brochures. In fact, let me show you. I found this luckily, because I'm not sure where to find it on the new system, but I had it in my computer. This is the pricing for brochures. It's really your most economical way to grow your business. So 10 brochures cost you $6.49. So it's about 65 cents a brochure. I can almost guarantee you are not going to make much income at all with 10 brochures. Just saying. In fact, I would say everybody should be buying at least 100 brochures. So that's $25.80 for 100 brochures. So that makes them 26 cents a brochure. But I would lay odds that you could probably easily get out of 100 brochures. Now, of course, everybody's different. But I would lay odds that you could get at least $400 in sales if you had 100 brochures. So $25.80 to get $400 in sales. It's not that much, right? I mean, really, it's a small percentage of your sales. And that dramatically increases. In that Facebook Live that I did before about how to dramatically increase your business, I used to sell $6,000 a campaign. But I bought 1,300 brochures to do that. And I believe that, don't quote me, but I think the price on the brochures was about $380 some roughly dollars. for 1,300 brochures, but that got me $6,000 in sales. So can you see that? 380, 400, let's just say 400. It was way less than that, but let's say $400 for brochures gets you $6,000 in sales. So it's just such a small amount of the cost of you doing business. So if you're not buying 100, I strongly suggest that you do, especially going into fourth quarter, because you want to increase your sales. You want to make the most amount of money you can. If you really can't do that, if you're really tight, if you're really pinching pennies or something and you can't do that, then at least make a goal to increase your order by 10 brochures or 20 brochures every campaign. But trust me, even 20 brochures, let's say you got 5 orders out of 20 brochures, and average order is $25. That means you'd only have $125 in sales. You would only be making like 20% on that size of an order. You'd be making $25. Can you see what I'm saying? It's not worth your while. So look at doing 100 brochures or more. And then let's talk about how to get them out, what to do with them. So this post is 100 plus ways to grow your Avon business. In order to achieve success, you have to have both desire and you have to deserve. So you have to understand this is a business, and you have to be consistent. That's probably the most important thing about growing a business, is being consistent. You can't be hot and cold. You can't be on and off. It doesn't work. Because if you're trying to grow your business and you're pushing that snowball up the hill and you keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing, and it's hard and it's really hard, and you're pushing and eventually you get to the top of that hill, and then what happens? It goes over the top and it just takes off like a snowball, right? And it builds momentum. But while you're pushing, if you decide a quarter of the way up the hill, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to take a break, and you stop, the ball's going to roll backwards. That's how it works in your business. If you stop and start, every time you stop, your business steps backwards, and you have to make up for that when you start again. And so you just are holding yourself back by not being consistent. But if you just stay consistent, you're pushing that snowball and you're tired and you have to take a break, that's okay, but don't just let it go. Sit there and hold it while you take your break. Hope that makes sense. But so just know that by being consistent, your customers know they can count on you, and they know that they can depend on getting their order on time, and they know that you're going to be there for the long term. And so let's talk about how to build your business. I have 100 ways here. So first off, make sure everyone knows that you're selling Avon. They can't buy from you if they don't even know you're selling. And don't be shy when you're discussing your Avon business. Be proud of what you have to offer. Those two kind of go together. It's funny, I was just writing some posts today about successful businessmen, and I wasn't writing about him, but he just came to mind. Colonel Sanders with Kentucky Fried Chicken, when he got his first restaurant going, I know he worked a lot to get his recipe for his chicken into a restaurant, and then he finally got into Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's a whole story behind that, but he wasn't afraid to tell people. Once he had his chicken recipe in a restaurant, trust me, he wasn't shy about saying, hey, come try my chicken. Because, people who start a business aren't afraid to tell people about it. They're all excited. They just started a business. Everybody who starts a business is excited. I don't know why it is that when we get into network marketing and we get into like an Avon business or some other kind of a home business, we're always afraid to tell people what we're doing. And that's a big mistake. You want to be proud of what you're doing. You don't have to beg people to buy from you. In fact, you don't want to do that. But don't be afraid to tell them, hey, I am building a successful Avon business. 'Cause trust me, I'm proud of my business. Maybe I wasn't in the very beginning, but I'm proud of it now because I know what I've gotten out of this business, and I know what more I can get out of it. I know some of you on this call, Mark's on this call, Mark and Lori, and I know they're proud of their business. They're not shy about it. Rick and Tina, they're not on this call. In the beginning, Rick was shy about it. He used to give out books and say, would you take one of my wife's Avon brochures? And he's not anymore. He got a free trip, a free cruise for 2 from his Avon business. So he has nothing to be afraid of when he's talking about his business because he knows what it can do for him. And we have amazing products. Avon's on the forefront of of technology, of innovation. We're the first ones that come to market. We were the first ones that created a vitamin C that was stable, that you could use on your face. We were the first ones that got into retinol and made it work. And Avon's the first ones that do everything. And so it is something to be proud of. Okay, so let's move on. So we have 100 to get through. We don't want to be on it all night, right? Smile when you're on the phone or when you're talking to someone in person. Even when you're on the phone, people can tell if you're smiling. I mean, they can tell if you're not happy or if you're happy. And if you're smiling, then you're going to come across as happier and you're going to come across as more positive and more friendly. And if you need to, put a mirror in front of yourself when you're on the phone and smile at yourself so that you're smiling, because it comes through in your voice. Be friendly and enthusiastic. Just be friendly, be enthusiastic. Again, it goes back to being proud of what you have to offer, and you're doing a service for somebody, right? So number 5, think about what's in it for them rather than I hope they'll buy something, because that's not really what you want. You don't want to buy. You don't really want them to buy something. I mean, ultimately you do. You want them to buy from you, but wouldn't you rather have them buy something that's going to work for them rather than just selling them something? And so think about, what can my product do for them, or how can I help them, or just be of service. It comes across as more honest and genuine, and you'll be a lot better at your sales. So use your own product, whether you're at home, work, camping, whatever. Use your own product. Wear Avon products. Wear the Avon perfume, makeup, clothing, shoes, purses, jewelry, everything. Become a walking billboard. And then when someone says to you, oh, I love that necklace, or I love that shirt or that dress, you can say, oh, thank you, it's Avon. You don't even have to say more than that. Just thank you, it's Avon. Or, if they seem interested, you can give them a brochure, right? Get to know the products and learn all that you can about them so that you're comfortable talking about them. Always put forth an upbeat, positive attitude about your business. It really does make a difference. You come across, and if people see you as confident and positive, they're going to want to do business with you a lot more. I mean, if you're being grumpy, they don't want to follow you, right? Make sure you give out brochures to everyone you know and everyone you meet every campaign. And then the most important thing, get a phone number, a name and a phone number, or email. Whenever you give out a brochure, get their contact information and then follow up. It doesn't have to be pressure. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Just call, text, or email them or whatever and say, hey, this is Lynn. My order's going in tomorrow. Is there anything I can get for you? Or I didn't want to leave you out. I just wanted to check back and see if there was anything I could get for you. And if they say yes, then take their order. If they say no, it's not a big deal, right? Just say, hey, no problem. Thanks. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. So keep in mind that, yes, you do need new customers, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that person that you're talking to. So take the pressure off. Let them decide if this is something they're interested in or not. Because, just take the easy ones. Trust me, there's plenty of people you can share a brochure with. We talk to, I don't know, what is it, 3 million people in the Salt Lake Valley, for those that live in Salt Lake? There's plenty of people to talk to. And wherever you do live, even if you live in a small town, there's still plenty of people. I mean, even if you're in a small town of 4,000 people, that's pretty small. I guarantee you that you don't need all 4,000 of them to place an order. If you just got 40 of them to place an order, you'd be doing amazing. So it doesn't have to be that person, right? So take the pressure off, let them decide, and go with the easy ones. That's what my friend Tom Schreider says, Big Al Schreider. He says, just take the easy ones because they're all out there, right? Mm-hmm. Keep a list of your customers that you want to call or email or text before your order gets submitted every campaign. Use a system. I have a blog post, and we also did a call on it recently. We did a training on how to systemize your follow-ups, and it makes it so much easier, I promise. I have a service I use. I call. First off, I text everyone that has cell phones. So I have a service I use. I write the text. I schedule it. It goes out at 10 o'clock on Monday morning. For me, that's when I'm getting ready to place my order. And And so everybody gets that text. If they don't have a cell phone, they get a voice message from me, which I pre-record and I schedule, and it goes out. And I also write an email and I schedule and it goes out. So it's not me personally having to do all those follow-ups. Makes your life so much easier. And if you're shy and a little bit nervous about doing those follow-ups, then systemizing it's going to help you even more, because it's going to grow your business for you and you don't have to worry about being afraid to talk to people. You know, you still want to talk to people, but you don't necessarily have to do the follow-ups yourself. The key is that you do them. So let's see, we got that. Ask your family and friends if they can help you by taking a brochure to work with them. You can offer them a discount on their orders if they bring you orders from work. Sometimes your friends, your family will do it just to help you out. Or maybe you could give them a free product. I mean, whatever works. There's all different kinds of ways that you can thank people for taking a book around for you. Take books to work with you. Now, obviously, you don't want to get in trouble at work, so be discreet and don't let it interfere with your job. Many of us sell at work, and if you do it right, you can do amazing. I had a girl on my team for years. Her name was Erica. I used to call her my gift from God. And the reason I did was because I didn't know at the time how she found me. She was basically in LA. I was in Ventura. She was an hour and a half away. And she just called me one day and said, somebody gave me your name and I want to sell Avon. and so her very first order was like $1,700. And she did $1,500 to $2,000 every campaign. She worked in a big Blue Cross Blue Shield building down in Woodland Hills, California. And it was like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 floors, all of these these people that worked in this building. And she did 100% of her business at work. 100% of it went to the people she works with. And she was doing, like I said, huge, between $1,500 to $2,000 a campaign, easy. And, as things happen, somebody complained and she kind of got called in and told she couldn't do that anymore. So she got creative. So instead of, at first she was taking a cart up and down the aisles delivering orders. And obviously that was really obvious. And then once somebody complained about her, she would leave the brochures on people's chairs, and she didn't put her name or number on them because they knew who to call. And she still managed, and then she would deliver to them outside of work, in the parking lot or wherever, at their car or whatever. And she still managed to keep her sales up. So it's just a matter of, use your common sense. Don't get yourself in trouble. And some businesses won't let you sell at all, but that's okay. Maybe you could even do something like, we mail every single brochure out. Even our neighbors get their brochure in the mail, because that way I know that everybody gets one. So same thing, you talk to people at work, and if they're interested in buying from you, then mail them a brochure. Use campaign mailer. Mail them a brochure so you don't have to do it at work. And so you still can build your business at work by talking to people, but you don't have to get yourself in trouble or do something that's against company policy, okay? Set a goal. Give out your Avon brochures to 3 new people every day. When you give out a brochure to someone you don't know, get their name and phone number so you can follow up. I know Rick and Tina do that. I think they each have a goal of 3 a day, and they won't go home until they've passed out their 3. And Tina told us a funny story. I know she's not on this call. Maybe she'll watch the replay. But she told us a funny story one day at a meeting. She was on the way to our sales meeting, to our Avon sales meeting, and she knew that after the meeting she was going to be in a hurry to get home, and she still had those 3 books that she needed to give out. So she was driving, and she saw the bus stop, and a whole bunch of people were there waiting for the bus, but the bus wasn't there yet. So she pulled right in there where the bus normally pulls in, got out of her car, and started passing out brochures and getting names and phone numbers. So trust me, if you make it a goal to do this and you set that goal, you can make it happen. If she can do that, I know you can. So carry a little notebook with you for taking people's names and contact information. We have our drawing slips. You can just search for drawing slips in that search field in the Online Beauty Biz, and you can print them off there to a page. I really like them because it asks for their name, phone number, email, their address, and then it has 3 questions. The first one says, do you already have an Avon representative? Yes or no. The second one says, would you like to receive Avon brochures? Yes or no. And the third one is, would you be interested in making extra money with Avon? Yes or no. So that's what I like about them, because you don't even have to ask. They're answering those questions. And so if it's on their mind and they click yes, that's a great person that you want to talk to, right? So use those, or use a little notebook. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, that was funny. When Tina told us that story on our live meeting, that was pretty cool. Tina also has a little notebook that's tied to her handle on her purse. It's just a little, I think she said she got it
Like
at
a little keychain
Walmart or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little keychain that has a little notepad on it, and it hangs from her purse. And so she gives out a book, and whenever she just pulls that off her purse and says, would you give me your name and number so I could give you a quick follow-up call? So there's always ways to do it. An easy way to do it is to take a Post-it note. You know these little Post-it notes? Just take them and stick them on the front of every book. And when you give out the brochure to somebody, just ask them if they could put their contact information on that Post-it note. You pull the note off and you give them the brochure. So there's lots of ways to do that. Follow up on every potential customer within 24 to 48 hours. Just give them that quick call. Hey, just checking to see if there's anything I can help you with. And check back with everyone that tells you they will call you. Don't wait for them to call you. You call them. Okay, call anyone that has said maybe or sometime later, or I'll get back to you. Follow up with them too. It's all about follow up. So become an e-representative. Well, pretty much everybody is these days, and get make sure you get your Avon website set up and ready to go and use it. Put your e-representative link on all your brochures, on business cards, flyers, anything else you have to give out. Update your About Me section on your social media sites to include a link to your Avon website on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever you're on. Be sure to put a link to your Avon website. You never know when somebody might come across you and wants to order from you. So create a list of everyone you know and everyone you have known, and carry it with you and add to it constantly. And you don't have to call everyone on that list. You know, we all talk about when you first get started, you should make a list of 200 people or as many people as you can come up with. But you don't have to call every one of them. I mean, it would be a little funny. I know people do it, but it would be funny to call somebody. If I were to call you and say, do you remember me? We went to fourth grade together. Well, they're going to be looking at me going, or on the phone thinking, what does she want? So, you know, you don't have to call right away or even ever. I mean, the idea is just to get the names on the list and then think about creative ways to get back in contact with them. If you're calling somebody that you last saw when you were in fourth grade, maybe it's not a good idea to call them and say, let me tell you about Avon. Maybe it would be better to say, do you remember that teacher? I was thinking about that teacher we had and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, would you be interested in getting together for lunch? And then maybe meeting for lunch and then not even talking about your Avon business, but build that relationship first before you start, you know, talking about your business. Or if you're at lunch and the subject comes up, then obviously if it's a natural fit, then obviously, but you don't want to just start calling people on your list. The idea is get it on your list so that over time you can cross off the ones you've talked to and you still have those others on your list that you haven't talked to yet. You can find creative ways to get in touch with them. Call some of your former coworkers, classmates, and those people from your list. Wear an Avon button or a pin on your shirt or on your purse. I wear a badge almost everywhere I go. It says Avon, it has my name. And people will come up to me in the store and say, oh, are you with Avon? Do you have a brochure? They'll ask because you did something, made it real obvious that they saw that you were with Avon. So the ones who are interested are going to come up and talk to you. So wear an Avon t-shirt. Host an open house or a grand opening. I know that Lori, one of her team members, just had one yesterday. I don't remember what it was. Was it $600 in sales?
No, they should have about 350 in sales.
350 in sales. Oh, six people there or something like that.
Yeah, 6 people there.
It's a
great job.
Way. Yeah, great job, Lori, helping your team member. But it's also a great way to launch your business because invite people, you know, they get to try the products, they get to see them, touch them, smell them, and they get to see that you're in business. And it's just a great way. It can be informal. It doesn't have to be a formal event. It can be informal. It can just be an open house. You can have tea and cookies. You can have margaritas if that's what you want. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just whatever you and your friends, like just a simple get together. It's a great way to launch your business. Give out brochures to your Tupperware, Pampered Chef, other home business representatives that you know, because they still wear makeup, they still wash their hair, they still need skincare, right? I actually am a strong believer in supporting those of us who are in our home businesses, because why not buy from each other, right? Because keep it local so that we're selling to each other products that we're using anyway. Not that you have to buy something just because they're in direct sales, but if you need a toy for your child, I don't even know if Discovery Toys is still around. I haven't heard anybody that's in it lately. But if you love to cook, then buy something from your Pampered Chef friend, who's your friend, rather than going to the store, right? Place a sign in your yard or on your car. You can, how about that? Well, that's a sign on my car, all right. We got it wrapped, and it has changed. Just since we got it back, our business has exploded. For those of you that are in Salt Lake, that if you remember, or if you live in Salt Lake, 7th East. It's a very busy street. We had a lady chasing us down 7th East the other day because she wanted a brochure. And when we stopped at the red light, Richard jumped out of the car and gave it to her. So that was kind of cool. It is funny because they're like waving at you and trying to get you to stop. And you're like, I don't know who you are. What do you want? Because you forget that you have that sign on your car. Or in my case, you forget that it's wrapped. Let's see. There's a couple of questions. So Tracy, how do you order or get a badge? You know what? Most like Staples or Office Depot can order a badge for you. There's some badges that I buy. I don't know the website. They're clear with magnets on them, and you actually can print whatever you want on a piece of paper and stick it in there, and they look professional. I'll have to remember to, in fact, let me make a note. Will you grab me a piece of paper? I'll try to see if I can find out the website for that. And I'll post it below this or in Online Beauty Biz, okay? So let's see, do we have, Tracy says Town and Country Printing. Okay, they have badges. I didn't know they have badges. So thank you, Tracy. Okay, so let's move on. So where are we?
Keep going. You're down around 24, 5.
Carry your list, wear an Avon shirt, sign. Okay, so leave 5 brochures in 5 new places each campaign. Get in the habit of, no, Tracy, Avon doesn't have badges, but Town and Country is through Avon, through your back office, and they sell Avon logoed stuff. Okay, so leave brochures in 5 new places each campaign. I would strongly suggest that you go back to the same places over and over so that people start to recognize that you're there and that they can come to expect that your brochures will be there. But look for new places all the time too. Just make sure you keep going back to the old ones. So find a nail salon or a hair salon, or a really great place to leave brochures is the oil change or the tire change shops where you go to get your car serviced, because people are sitting in the waiting room waiting for their car, for their tires to be rotated or their oil to be changed. And that's a great place to catch them with brochures. The waiting room at jury duty is another great place to leave brochures, because people are stuck in there all day waiting for their name to be called. Set a goal of 2 to 5 new customers each campaign. Set your own goal, whatever that is, depending on how fast you want to grow. If you have a goal of 2 customers, that's great. If you have a goal of 10 customers, that's even better. But as long as you are growing, right? So set a goal of how big you want to grow each campaign. Increase the number of brochures that you order by 10 or more each campaign. Like I said, though, I strongly suggest you buy 100 brochures, but then you want to keep increasing them so that you can keep increasing your sales. Consider mailing brochures to live farther from you. Campaign mailer, there's a link to it right there in this blog post. That makes it easy and inexpensive. With campaign mailer, I don't remember the prices. Let me just look really quick.
It's around $1.
Tools, campaign. It's cheaper than mailing them yourself. Okay.
It costs like $225, $250 to
Not
mail
even
it.
that. Oh yeah. So if you were to mail it, if you were to
so-
take a brochure to a post office, it costs over $2 to mail it.
Mhm.
So you have to buy your brochure and then pay $2.25 or whatever it is to mail it. Campaign mailer, just 1 to 9 brochures. So if you just have one brochure, it's $1.49, and that includes the brochure. You don't have to buy the brochure. They do. They buy it, they label it, they mail it. So $1.49 each. It's a great deal. And as you're doing more, like I send way more than 100, so I'm paying $1.09 each. But it's really reasonable. So go to Campaign Mailer, check that out. It's campaign-mailer.com. And there's a link to it right here in this blog post. Carry a small idea notebook around with you so you can write down any ideas as you think about them. We always come up with ideas. I just posted in our group yesterday, I think it was, which I love this, but Lisa Wilbur, she's a good friend of mine. She's also the number 4 money earner in the company. She makes a lot of money with Avon. And she posted this, and so I shared it. But she says, if you think you've tried everything, then you need to stop right now and start thinking about what you haven't tried, because nobody's tried everything. So always be looking for ways, new ways to grow and new ideas, and because you don't know what's going to work. Everybody's different. What works for one person doesn't work for another, which is why we go through so many different ways to grow your business. So advertise your business in your community newsletters, local newspapers. One thing that's working for me really well right now is called Nextdoor. I did talk to one of my girls on my team, told me that she tried it on Nextdoor and got in trouble. She lives in a whole different state than I do, so I guess it depends on your neighborhood. But Nextdoor is working really well for me, and all I'm doing is posting in the for sale or free. I'm posting the current Avon brochure, just a picture of it, and I'm saying, have you seen the latest Avon brochure? I have one for you for free. Check out what's hot in this brochure, and I just give a couple of paragraph of what's exciting in this brochure, and then I say, this ain't your grandma's Avon, lady. This ain't your grandma's Avon. Check out the new Avon and ask me for a brochure, and I get 3 to 4 new people to campaign from that. So, and most of them have placed orders, and we even signed one up as a rep. So, and I've only been doing this for a couple of months.
Yes,
it seems to work pretty well. Look for other community newsletters, whatever's happening in your area. Randomly mail brochures, postcards, or flyers to names found in your phone book. These are just ideas. Not everything is going to work. And I'm not saying they will. It's just that some will work better than others for different people. So it just depends on your circumstances.
That one's a little dated. I don't think anybody has a phone book anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Go around your neighborhood and knock on doors and ask them if they'd be interested in an Avon brochure. We've talked about this before. In fact, there's a post on it. You could search for door-to-door in online beauty biz. And the best way to do it is to knock on doors, ask them if they would like a brochure. If they say yes, you leave a brochure, you get their contact information, and you follow up. See, there's that word again. We just talk about follow up all the time. If you don't want to knock on doors, or if nobody answers the door, it would probably kind of be the same thing. So you have to get a notebook and keep track of what you're doing. When we started, both Richard and I were working 60 to 70 hours a week, and I was driving an hour and a half each way to work. So people don't like you knocking on their doors at 11 o'clock at night. And so we found other ways around it. We would leave brochures on the doorsteps. But just to give you an idea, it's not illegal. No, Mark, it's not.
That's right.
It is not illegal to knock on doors. Thank you, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of discussion about that today. But if you go door to door, the key is, if you leave brochures, no, back up. If you're knocking on doors and you have 100 brochures, you might get 15 to 20 customers out of that 100 brochures. If you're talking to them and you only leave brochures with the people who want them, right? If you're just leaving them on the doorsteps, you're giving them to people who may or may not want them, and they don't know who you are from Adam. And so you need to do it 6 times in a row. If you're just going to leave brochures on the doorstep, you need to go back 6 times in a row. The first, second, third time, they're probably going to throw your book away. Just want you to know that. But when you get to like the 4th, 5th, 6th times, they start feeling like they know you. They get comfortable with you being there every 2 weeks, and you'll start getting orders. And so The difference is if you knock on doors, you might get 20 orders out of 100 brochures right now. If you leave them on the doorsteps, it might take you 6 campaigns and you'll get the same number. So it's your decision whether you want to do it right now or you want to do it over 6 campaigns. After you do that 6 campaigns, you literally just move to the next house. So like if you're doing 100 books, Richard and I used to do 300. Actually, Richard did it, 300 at a time. And we would go from this house, both sides of the street, to a certain point. And then after 6 times, you literally just move at the next house that you ended with, the next one after that, and you go 300 more houses. And it's funny, this was how we built our business up to 6,000 a campaign. And I think Richard walked the entire town of Ventura, California at the time, over years. I mean, not all at once, but over years. That's how we grew our business. So knocking on doors or leaving brochures on doorknobs or doorsteps, those are great ways to grow your business. And as Mark said, it is not illegal.
You're just lucky to catch people home anymore. So people are so busy, it's almost mandatory to just leave them on the doorstep. But you might get lucky and catch a lot of people home. But everybody's working, so people aren't home, or they're afraid to answer the doors anymore.
Depends on where you live too.
Yeah.
I noticed that in Utah there's a lot more people outside. In California, people hide. They don't come outside, not outside their door, and they won't answer their door. Utah's more likely, in general, Utahns are more likely to answer their door. So it just depends on where you live. Okay, canvass local courthouses. People are serving jury duty or board, and they want something to look at. Now, they're probably, I guess it depends on where you are. A lot of jury duty rooms are not going to let you in the room if you're not on jury duty. So, again, it depends on where you are. But outside the court is a great place to meet people coming and going, at 8 in the morning or 5 in the evening when they're getting out. Leave brochures with women who work in the DMV office. They love Avon. Leave brochures with women in doctors and dentist offices. We've grown a big business doing this. Find your local hospital and Mark is saying, take the time to hang them on the door, going back to the brochures. Mm-hmm. You know what, Mark, you're right. And if you use those little bags with the door handles, those are great. When we did it, we just left them on the doorstep. But Richard was very careful to make sure that when the person opened the door, it was straight on their doorstep and they could look right at it. It wasn't like thrown anywhere in their yard or anywhere on their porch. It was put there nice and neat. So however you want to do it. Okay. So, but going back to doctors and dentist offices, when just find a hospital, and next to the hospital or attached to the hospital, a lot of time there's a whole medical center, right, of offices of doctors, mostly doctors. There's also big buildings full of dentists, and those people who work in those offices, nurses, they love Avon. So just go in. Richard and I started a route here, and what we did is we just went from office to office with a basket of samples. And walked in and said, hi, we're Lynn and Richard with Avon. We have some free Avon samples for you. And let them pick out a sample. And then we'd say, is it okay if we leave a couple of brochures here for you? And then we would make notes on a notebook, the address, the suite number, and how many books we left, and what if we could get the name of the receptionist, we would get her name. And we have that. And so what you do is you create a route. And you go to the same offices every 2 weeks. Now it's a route. You're working your route. So you when you go back the next time, this is how follow-up works in an office, in a doctor's office. You don't necessarily call them, but you go back in 2 weeks and you bring them the new book and you say, was there anything you wanted out of the last book? And you start, it just becomes, so you're delivering orders and giving them new brochures and taking orders, and you just kind of keep doing that every 2 weeks, and you'd be surprised at how quickly that will grow. Somebody in an office will order something, a piece of jewelry or clothing, and everybody else in the office will fall in love with it. And so all of a sudden you'll start getting calls for all those, 6 people who have the same necklace that they want. So it's a great way.
And another bonus of doing offices is that in the summer when it's 105, or if it's snowing or raining in the wintertime, you don't have to be walking the streets out there getting melted by the sun or getting frozen by the snow. And your book doesn't get ruined either because you're handing it to somebody in an office. So that's kind of a nice bonus to it.
That's true. That's true. So hair and nail salons are a great place to leave brochures. Find find one new business to leave brochures every campaign. Ask local businesses if you can leave brochures on their counter. Offer a drawing for people who fill out drawing slips. So this will take you to another blog post that talks about how to do a drawing. And I think there's a link to the drawing slips in there too. And basically the way that works is, there's all different ways you can make it work, but let's just say that you go into a dry cleaner and you say, would you let me put this fish bowl or this drawing box on your counter and let people enter a drawing, and I'll buy a $25 gift certificate to your business so they can win the gift certificate to your business. So it's a win-win for both of you then. You're collecting names that you'll go pick them up every day. You don't want to leave them in there. Keep pick up every day the names out of the drawing box. And then the person who owns that business is getting a sale. And, so then they have that gift certificate to do more laundry there, right? So same thing, whether it's a gym, whether it's a hair salon, if you talk to people that own the place or manage the place, they may let you set up a drawing box. We had a donut store in California we did that with quite often. Work to collect 100 no's set a goal every week, every campaign, every X number of days. No's are a lot easier to collect, and just keep in mind that every no you get gets you closer to a yes. So it's funny because after a while you're like going, oh, I was hoping that you wouldn't. I was hoping if somebody says yes, I want a brochure, and you're thinking, oh, I was hoping you'd want to know because I just needed one more to get to that 100 or whatever. It just takes the pressure off of you as far as you having to worry about, are they going to say yes or no? Because it doesn't matter. Yes or a no, it doesn't matter because neither one of them are bad answers. I would much rather a customer tell me no, that they're not interested, than me wasting money giving them books every campaign and feeling bad because I'm following up with them and they're ignoring me. I would much rather they just say no, right? If I was a waitress in a coffee shop and I was walking through the coffee shop saying, would you like a refill on your coffee? If somebody said no to me, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm not going to go run in the back room and cry. It's the same thing with your book. If you ask if they'd like a brochure and they say no, they're not rejecting you. They just are not interested in Avon. I mean, you don't know. Maybe they're a Mary Kay rep. maybe they don't use makeup at all. I mean, I don't know, but it's not something to take personal. So get used to the no's because the no's will always get you closer to the yes. Offer a mini Avon party at a business during lunch hour. It's a great way to have a little party. You supply lunch. The girls all come and they look at your Avon products while you're giving them lunch. It's kind of a win-win for everybody, and it's a real easy way to do it. Host a show before or during a PTA meeting. PTA meetings are a great place to do it, and also great places for fundraisers, which we're going to talk about in just a second. Ask one of your customers to host a book party or an online party, quote, so they would take orders for you and you would give them something in return, whether that be a free product based on the amount of orders they brought in or a gift that you want to give them, whatever it is that you decide to give them in return. Talk to schools and churches about fundraisers. Send out letters to schools and churches with a fundraiser flyer and mention to every customer that Avon does fundraisers. Those things are amazing, and we even let our customers know. A lot of times I'll put a flyer in my book that says, does your team need funds? I think is what it is. Because you don't know. Your Avon customer could have a granddaughter that's in a dance group that's always looking for fundraisers. So people know people that could use a fundraiser. And fundraisers are a great way for you to build your business because you build yourselves. For those of you that are new, when you do a fundraiser, mostly you earn 50%. And so you give 40% to the organization and you keep 10. Now, how you do that is totally up to you. Some people give the whole 50%. Some people give 45%. I've even seen some that do 30%. So they get a cut. But it's totally up to you how you do that. And when I do it, I do 40% to the organization, 10% goes to me. Because that helps me. I supply the books. So it just depends. You might give them 50%, but they have to pay for the books and they have to pay for all the expenses. Whereas for me, I give them 40% and I cover the expenses. But it helps your award sales increase, so it can help you get to goals like President's Club or Honor Society a lot more quickly. And then not only that, but when you bag up those orders, say you have 100 orders that you did for a dance team, you're going to put a brochure in every one of those bags, and you're going to pick up customers from that, ongoing customers. So a fundraiser is worth it to you, not only for the award sales you get now, but for long-term business growth. Because you get 1 or 2 really good customers out of there, could explode your business. Sponsor a local junior league sports team. This is something Lisa Wilbur, I don't know if she still does, she used to do. She would take a girls basketball or girls baseball team, or these are young girls usually, young teens or whatever, and she would sponsor their team. So she would get shirts made for them that would have her business, like Lisa Wilbur Avon or whatever, on them. And she would show up, she used this as to her advantage to really market her business. So she would show up at all their practices, and she would maybe put out cookies and punch for the kids. And of course they had shirts that said Lisa Wilbur Avon on them. And she would pass out brochures at the games or at the practices to the parents. And so it's not just the kids, it's the parents and everybody who's at the games that get to see you. And the bigger presence you make and the more you take advantage of your sponsorship, the more it will help your business. So just get creative. And then, like I said earlier, remember when someone says no, they're not saying no to you. It's not personal, just means not today. It's not a good time. But the big thing is do something every day to move your business. Even when you don't have time to work on it, find a few minutes so you do something so that your business moves forward every day. Donate products to your church or school raffles. Give Avon products as gifts. You don't even have to, it's not even a pressure. It's not even like you have to give something to somebody hoping they'll buy it. That's not what it is. It's if you're taking a birthday gift, use your products. You're proud of your products. And we have great products. So they make great gifts. You can make brand comparison and provide copies for your customers. You can say, how does a new compare to whatever Clinique? And, you can show the differences and the difference in price. Let your customers see that. Cut out articles from magazines, newspapers that relate to your products. Share them with your customers. We can do a lot of that in Avon Social too right now, because when something like is in one of the magazines, usually we have some kind of a post in Avon Social that you can share. Carry a demo basket with you. You never know when your customers might want to try something. So if you have products that you also can have, somebody can buy from your basket. So if you have products that maybe you got stuck with, maybe a customer returned them, but you don't really want to return it to Avon, or maybe a customer didn't like it. And so it might be an option to have that product so somebody can smell it or, see what it looks like or whatever. It's just great to have a demo basket. When people can see the products, they're more likely to buy. And if you were doing where you're going around to businesses and things like that, and you're building that route, having a basket of products that you happen to have on hand, you'll probably sell quite a bit, because people, if they see it and if they can have immediate gratification and buy it right now, they want to do it. They want to buy it. And so keep products on hand for those emergency sales, forgotten birthdays, anniversaries. Bud Guard is one that I always try to have on hand because it never seems to fail. People figure out they need Bud Guard 2 hours before their plane leaves to go to Tahiti. I don't know why it is. So let me see. So Nikki says, I bought a large zipper pencil case at the dollar store to put my brochures in and one to put my samples in to keep them in my purse. It keeps them from getting ruined and on hand. Mm-hmm. That's a great tip, Nikki. That's a great tip, and it keeps them so they don't get all crumpled and messed up. So thanks for sharing that. But so anyway, it's good to have products on hand for emergency sales, but don't stock up. I really strongly encourage you not to stock up. Let Avon do the warehousing. You don't need to be a warehouse. People know how it works. They take orders. You take orders. You place your order with Avon. You deliver to your customer. There is no reason why you need to go into debt to have inventory in your garage or in your basement. It's okay to have a couple of items that you know that your customers use regularly, but don't stock up. I just really don't like that. I don't like it. It used to be in the old Avon, they used to try to push reps to do that, and I just don't think it's a good idea.
And it never fails. You can have 6 types of glimmer sticks, and they'll say, "Oh, you don't have tawny." They'll pick the one color you don't have, or the one deodorant, or whatever it is. So it doesn't really pay to stock up. You can never second guess them.
And while we're talking about stock ups, right now we have the instant. What is it called? We have on campaign 18 we have the unlimited lashes, lash and brow serum. And in the what's new, there was a stock up. I don't remember the details of it. It was like buy 6, get 1 free or something, buy whatever. I mean, they always do this. And unless you know for sure that you can sell them and you can sell them quickly, I do not suggest doing it, period. Look at Mark. Boo-hoo. Garage full of Avon. Well, Mark quit buying it.
They're selling it.
Mark and Lori sell a lot, so they can handle that. But here's the deal. This is how it works. I've been with Avon 17 years, and this is how it works. Today, we have the unlimited lashes in the brochure. Buy 1, get the clinical eye lift for free. Okay? So let's say you buy 6 of them in the stock up, because you get 1 free. And I don't know what the stock up was, so please don't quote me on. I'm not saying you're going to get this or that, whatever the deal was. But let's just say if it was 6 and you bought them because you got 1 free and it was a good deal, here's what's going to happen if you don't sell them right away. In about 3 or 4 campaigns, this is going to be in the brochure again, and it's going to be with a cosmetic bag. Buy this and get a free cosmetic bag, or buy this and get a free something. And guess what? You're not going to have that free something. So now you have inventory you can't even sell because you're going to have to order it in order to get the other free something that Avon's offering. So instead of trying to second guess Avon and trying to figure out what they're going to do, just buy what you know you can sell right now, or just buy what your customers have already ordered, and don't keep inventory. Don't be like Mark crying over his garage full of Avon, okay? Host Avon parties, makeovers, and beauty bashes. Offer to teach skincare classes. All of those are great ways to grow your business. Have a yard sale, garage sale, and set up a table for Avon, brochures, and samples. Crystal, who lives in a small town in northern Utah, she does that. I think she sets up a table in her front yard because she has kind of a busy street in front of her. And so that's a great way to get the word out. Have a booth at a local fair or festival. Keep in mind those things cost money, so use your judgment and only do what you can afford. Have a birthday club. So you could have something like during the month of the customer's birthday, they get 10 or 20% off of one product or off of their order. Or you can offer a birthday gift, whatever it is. But people feel like you think they're important if you make a big deal out of their birthday. So that's kind of a cool thing. You can offer a jewelry club or a frequent buyer club. After, you get a punch card. You can actually, sometimes I think Town and Country has them, or you can make them and print them. But like if they buy 10 pieces of jewelry, they get one free. Or if they buy 10 of some specific item, they get one free. It's just a great way to increase your business. I will tell you that I don't do a lot of that because I feel like Avon gives us enough sales and enough really hot prices that I don't need to do that. And I would rather just make the money. And so, like I said, different people are different. And so whatever works for you. Offer free gift wrapping during the holidays or for birthdays. My good friend Tom Schreider, Big Al Schreider, he teaches that you could be a personal shopper. And if you do this for men, you can build a big Avon business doing this for men. Just ask them, do you like to go gift shopping? And of course, they're going to say no. Men hate to shop in general. Most men, not all men, but most men hate to shop. And you can say, what if I did your shopping for you? If you just tell me the people that you need your shopping done for, your wife, your daughter, your sister, whoever, and how much you want to spend and what kind of things they like, then you can go and buy their presents for them. You can wrap them for them and deliver them to the man, right? So he can give them to his family and friends. When you do that, deliver it to him in his office, because when you deliver it to him in his office, all the other men in the office are like, whoa, how come? What's this? You have somebody doing your shopping for you, and it's a great way for you to pick up more men who want that. Let's see. Mark says, it's not Mark, it's Lori. We have offer buy 10 bubble. So what is that? Oh, we have an offer for buy 10. So it's buy 10, get one free. And I think she's talking about bubble bath. So anyway, great tip. Yeah, those are great. So you can do it with any item. Those are great. Host a Christmas open house. Those are great things to do. If you have a big open house, you get some of the Christmas items and have them to show. Serve hot chocolate or spiced tea, whatever, hot tea, to get people, in the spirit. Christmas cookies, and have all the Avon Christmas decorations out. Great way to get some really good sales. You want to do that earlier in the year, probably in like October or something. Host a special Christmas open house for men, showcasing potential giftable products for the women in their lives. That's something you can do in the offices if you can get someone to be willing to let you do this in their conference room or whatever, and the men can come through, have it for a 2-hour period or something in their conference room and let the men in the office come in and look and see what you have. Have your customers fill out a wish list around the holidays, and then you can call or email that list to their husband or significant other. Isn't that a great idea? You can give Mark this wish list of everything his wife Lori wants, and then Mark can buy it from you, and Lori gets her wishes, right? So that's a great way to grow your business. Hold raffles or drawings at set times, maybe quarterly or around major holidays for any customer who places an order of a specified size. I know Lori does this. I send thank you cards to my customers who order online. To every single person who orders online, they get a thank you card from me. I believe Lori has a raffle. So if they place an order over a certain dollar amount, each campaign she has a raffle for online orders. So anybody who places over a certain dollar amount gets entered into that drawing for that. So that's another great way to do it. Offer a free gift to anyone who refers a paying customer to you. Offer a one-time only new customer discount. I've also said, if you bring a friend and they order, I'll give you both 10% off your next order. So that's a great way to grow your business. Offer I said that already. Have a holiday-oriented sales, like a bunny sale at Easter and 5% off every product that begins with the letter B. So get creative. Send letters to employers and managers of local businesses offering special holiday shopping services. Ask if you can leave brochures in the employee break rooms of different businesses, all different kinds of businesses. Set up a display at your local mall or flea market. I don't know that if malls will let you do a display. I guess you'd have to know somebody to get in. We are doing some things in the mall right now, but the reason we're in there is because we're partnered with the American Cancer Society for the Avon breast cancer. And so they're letting us do some vendor fairs in the mall, but typically they won't let you put it unless you know somebody. If you know somebody, that might be an easy way in, but it's just an idea, right? If you find a place where you can set up a display, then do it. Join a welcome wagon program in your town. This is a great thing. Some cities and towns and local, even neighborhoods have like a welcome wagon. And so whenever somebody moves into the area, they get this little bag of coupons and samples and all different kinds of things as a welcome. And so you could put a brochure in there. You could maybe put some samples in there. And so everybody who moves into that neighborhood, it would go in that welcome wagon deal that comes from the neighborhood. So it's a great way to get people to know who you are. Know which houses people are moving out of. If you're one of those people that can pay attention, especially if you're in a small town, if you're one of those people that can pay attention of when houses are being sold or when people are moving out or moving in, it's a great way when somebody moves in to knock on the door and introduce yourself and give them a brochure. Our Avon parties and boutiques at senior centers and nursing homes. These are great places. Many of these people want to buy, but they don't have a way to go out, and most of them love Avon. So, you would want to have some inventory for this. You can take orders, but a lot of them are going to want the products now, and they're going to want mostly more inexpensive products, but not always. It depends on the type of place you're in. So I guess I shouldn't even talk about price because it just depends on the place you're in. Some are going to be a new and some are going to be less expensive. So it just depends. Offer a gift registry program for new moms, brides, sweet 16s. Take good care of your customers. The more they feel appreciated, the more loyal they will be to you. That's why I send greeting cards, thank you cards to my customers online. I mail samples to my online customers. Well, actually, I mail samples to everybody who gets my brochure. About once every 6 weeks is what I'm aiming for, to mail a sample. And so every third campaign or so, I will mail samples. If they place an order online, they get a thank you card from me. If I have their birthday, they get birthday cards. They're going to get Christmas cards. I do all kinds of things to try to make my customers feel special, because I want to build that relationship with them. And I want them to feel like they know, like, and trust me. And so they will continue to buy from me, right? Follow up with past orders and call customers when their favorite or regular purchase products are on sale. So if you have a customer, you know they use glimmer sticks like religion, or they have a favorite blush or a favorite whatever, then when that product goes on sale, you kind of owe it to them. You're doing them a favor, really, calling up and saying, hey, you know, this is the best price I've ever seen, $2.99 on glimmer sticks. All right, how are you doing on your stock? Do you need more? Or, you know, then they get to buy it at that price, and you're taking care of them. They feel like you're taking care of them. If they haven't ordered for a while, go through your customer receipts regularly. And if they haven't ordered for a while, call them, check in on them. How are you doing? What's happening in your life? Just, again, make them feel like they're important. And you never know, you might get an order. But even if you don't, it doesn't matter, because it's about making them feel important. It's about giving them that customer service. You can offer an automatic purchase program for your customers. So, you know, in fact, nowadays, even on the website, you can do that. A lot of our skincare and for sure our Aspira products, they can sign up for automatic replenishment. So like every 30 days or something, a new supply will ship to them, or they can, I believe they can say when they want it. So if they want it 45 days or whatever, that's pretty cool. Or you can do that yourself. So you can make a note that, well, every other campaign, you're going to order this for them. You know, obviously you need to stay on top of that, and you would also make sure they want to do it still. So I already said this. Send thank you cards to your customers who have ordered online. Thank you notes to your customers who maybe haven't ordered in a couple of campaigns. Let them know you're thinking about them. No, don't ask them if they want anything. Just send a thank you note to them, or send a hey, thinking of you note. Email your customers with specials and incentives. You can ask them to forward your emails to their friends. Start an email list if you haven't already. Get yourself an email list. You can use MailChimp for free, and you can add people to your list. And so basically you can just email them things like, hey, the Avon website's changing over to, actually on Monday, this coming Monday, the Avon website's going to change over to campaign 19. So you might send an email now saying, if you wanted something out of campaign 19, you might want to order it by Monday, or if you want something out of campaign 18, you might want to order it by Monday, because on Tuesday, campaign 19 will be in effect. Just something like that. And so stay in touch. If you have specials, like what's the hot thing? Talk to them about this unlimited lash. Just send out these emails. Stay in touch with them. Keep a record of your customers' birthdays. Give them a small gift on their birthday, or send them a birthday card. Use postcards and newsletters to continue to spark their interest. Ask your customers if you can do a skincare consultation on them, or if you can do a makeover. It depends on you and them. If you're the type of person that likes to do that, those are great ways to build your business. Customers typically will buy, if you do an Avon makeover on them, whether it's a skincare makeover or a makeup makeover, typically they'll buy the products that you used on their face, especially if they're happy with the way it turned out. So that's a great way to grow your business.
Is it still on 2.0? But they have, they can go on and they can do their own skin check?
Well, both, yeah.
Both.
On your Avon web store, you can, there's a skincare advisor that you can send your customers to too, if you don't want to do this personally. You send them to your skincare advisor and have them do the skincare profile, and it recommends products to them. That's a great point. Yeah. Ask your customers for referrals, and then make it worth their while. Appreciate them for doing it. Invite people to be helpers for you. We grew our business a lot using helpers. We don't have any right now, but over time we have. Helpers are great because they're people that maybe don't want to sell Avon, but they like getting a discount on their orders, so they might take orders from their job, the people they work with, or or their church or wherever they are, whatever things they're doing where they're around people, they might be willing to take orders from those people, and in return you give them a discount on their order. So that's
back to number 97. Just something I do quite often is asking our customers for referrals. When you deliver your order, I always have extra brochure on me, at least one or two, and I'll ask them for a referral. And if they're reluctant to give me a name or number or anything else, I say, can I leave a brochure with you to give to your friend then, and see if they would like to order from us. And that's always an easy sale, and I'll usually get somebody out of that. Yeah, so it does work.
That's a great tip.
Yeah,
that's a great tip, offering an extra brochure for them to pass on. If you have helpers, have a helper appreciation party. Make them feel important too. Choose a product each campaign and designate it as a campaign special for that campaign. Make up flyers with it. This is a great one. Wow.
That's a good discount.
That's obviously a typo.
That's a heck of a discount.
Discount it by, I think it's supposed to be 5% to 20% or something if they purchase it that campaign. So, that's a great thing. You can pick whatever. You can pick a bottle of Skin So Soft. You can pick, I have it right here, Moisture Therapy, hand cream could be your special this campaign. Or you could say, whatever the price is, I don't even know what the price is this campaign, but I have them this campaign for $1.50 or whatever, or 10% off this item. But the idea is you're carrying something around and you're letting them try it. And if you want them to try a hand cream, don't ask them if they want to. Just literally hold it out and start squeezing. And I promise you, if you do that, they'll put their hand right in front of it. They will every time. But if you carry something around and show it and they see it, you'll sell a whole lot more of them.
On that same topic, kind of two things. One, what I'll do in the customer orders, I always give them some kind of a gift. It can be a lip balm. It can be the little mini hand creams. They used to be really, really cheap. You just wait till you see them on sale, or buy up something to have in there. But a lot of times I'll give them a sample, and a lot of times I'll try to tie it in with what's coming up new. Like coming up pretty soon is going to be the new the new skincare regimen that we have out coming in 20, and I have some samples of those that I'm going to be putting in the order. I'll have a sample in the book right on the page, and I'll say, hey, I just wanted to let you know, in this current brochure that's in your bag right now, there's this brand new product that's out here, and here's a sample of it for you to try, and let me know what you think of it. Yeah. So simple things like that, they really, really piques interest.
This is exciting, this new hydrofusion that's coming out. We got to try it at convention, and it's really, really nice. Mm-hmm. And so people would love it if you give them samples. Kind of look into what's new of what's coming up when you place your order, and order some extra samples of the things that are coming up, so that when you deliver those orders, you can put them in their orders and let them try it. Keep any articles from national magazines that recommend Avon or Mark products. Put them in a binder so you can show them to your customers. It's a great idea. Leave perfume samples in beauty shops. Offer a free perfume to the owner when you get sales.
You could use Bombitas for that too, so they would have contact information and everything in it. So.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Offer gift certificates. So you can sell gift certificates. You can print them off on paper, on nice paper, and you can sell them. So if somebody orders from you a gift certificate for $20, then you would take their money for it, and then you would print a gift certificate that would say redeemable for $20 only through, your name, your phone number, your email, right? And so it's like a prepaid sale, because maybe the husband wants a gift certificate and he's going to give it to his wife, and then she can apply that towards an order from you. But it's a great way to grow your business. Consider the leadership program. Avon's leadership is a great way to make money. Trust me, there's a lot of money to be made in leadership. That's what got me debt-free, got us out of our house payment, car payments, everything. Richard and I haven't worked since 2006. So leadership is the way to go. On leadership, Richard and I are leaving in like 3 days. On Thursday, we are going, Avon is flying us to Ohio for some special leadership training. And so when we get back, we're going to look into using what we learned there to teach you guys. So I'm sure we'll have some of that on our next Sunday call. But also I'm looking at maybe doing some trainings on leadership. Take advantage of all the training on your Avon.com, on Avon U. There's tons of training, so take advantage of that. Take notes or screenshots of the ideas that are most helpful to your business. Be willing to share the Avon opportunity with others. Get really clear about why you're selling Avon. What is it that gets you excited? Why did you start Avon in the first place? There had to be a reason you said yes. And it's probably changed. Your reason has probably changed now, depending on how long you've been with Avon. For me, it was just a way to help pay for a website I was building. I had no intention of doing more for it. But now my why is I don't ever want to have to work for a boss again. I'm spoiled. And it's pretty big why. I want to be my own boss. I want to be in charge of my life. I want to be able to travel when I want to and not have to go to work. So what's your why? Is it because you want to be with your children? You don't want to have to put them in daycare? Or maybe it's because you want to, remodel your house, or maybe you want to take a big family vacation every year. Whatever your why is, get really clear about what it is and what that will do for you. Like, it's not about money. It's not, I just want to make lots of money. It's more, why do you need that money? Why do you want it? What are you going to do with it? Get really clear on that.
That makes you more positive to be around too, because when you're excited, other people get excited. I think you've seen that in anything. Whenever you're hanging out somewhere and there's a whole group of people that are having fun, you're always kind of easing your way over there to see what's going on. What are they having so much fun about? I want to join that.
Hi, Bonnie. Makes sense, she says.
Yeah, hi, Bonnie.
See, so I said something good. Hi, Bonnie. Thank you. So, yeah, get clear on it and build your Avon story. Be prepared to answer questions about what you do, because you know what? If you're having fun and you're building a business and your business is dynamic, people are going to ask you. They're going to ask you what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how is it benefiting you, because they're wondering if they can do the same thing. So be prepared to talk about that. Read and study books, recordings about sales, self-improvement, positive thinking. Turn your car into a rolling university. Listen to positive recordings in your car. That was the one thing I liked about commuting an hour and a half each way that I missed when I quit my job. Isn't that sad? But I had an hour and a half in my car every single morning and every single night that I listened to all kinds of training and all kinds of motivational stuff and books on tape and all kinds of stuff. And I have a hard time finding the time to do that. I still read. I still do all of that, but I don't do it to the extent that I used to. So it was really helpful for me back then. And I also didn't have an upline. I had no support when I started, and I didn't even have a district manager who was supportive. And so when I decided that I wanted to get serious about this Avon business, I went looking for support. I actually originally found a lady named Danny Johnson. She's not with Avon at all. She's with network marketing. And she teaches how to be successful in network marketing. And that's where I started. And from her, I went to Tom Big Al Schreider. I went to Art Jonak, Randy Gage, Tom, Richard Brook. I found all kinds of huge, big people that are big in the network marketing community that I learned from. So don't limit yourself. There's all kinds of places to learn. And then there's those of us that are in Avon that we were happy to teach you. You got me. And then to a greater, for better, bigger training, you got Molly Stone Bibb, Teresa Paul, Lisa Wilbur, Lisa Scola, JP. There's all kinds of people that are willing to help you. So don't be afraid to go out and find the help you need to be successful, because the one person who's responsible for your success, who is that? Who is the one person that's responsible for your success? Yeah, it's you. It's me. I'm responsible for my success. So Tracy, thank you. You said me too. That's how I found you guys. Thank you, Tracy. I'm happy that you found us, and I hope that we're helpful for you. I hope that we help you. I know that I have a lot of people following me that are not on my team, that are looking to build their business, and I am wide open with. I got really big at one point with Avon. I was this close to the very top level. Some things happened that caused me to walk away from my Avon business 6 years ago. So I walked away. I am back now. So obviously now I'm not at close to the top where I used to be, but I am working my way back up there. And one of the commitments I made when I was up there was that I didn't have help. I didn't have an upline. And so everything that I scrapped and dug my way up, I'm going to train you how to do it, because why should we suffer? I mean, a rising tide lifts all ships, right? So I want to help you. I want all of us to be successful, because we are one team, one dream. We're Avon. So that's why I do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one catchphrase that we learned a long time ago is called "change your stinking thinking," and that's really what it is. I mean, if something isn't working, it's not working because you're thinking about it wrong. You don't know that there's something else out there. So reading will help open your mind up to that, or it just could be the fact that it's just simply you. You need to change your attitude.
Okay, I have a question here. Marla says, hope Avon gives me cash or product as a reward. It's better than a common reward. How does Avon reward performance? Okay, well, Marla, I know that Mark and Lori are on this call, and me and Richard, and Rick and Tina are not on this call, but there's 6 of us are best friends. We all live close by together. All 6 of us just got back a couple of weeks ago from an all-expense-paid cruise to Bermuda. Everything was covered. The cruise, alcohol, coffee drinks, the food coffee drinks, Wi-Fi, tips, everything was covered. But when I got off of the ship, our total bill was less than $50, and that's only because we bought a pitcher.
$46.23 it cost us to go on a cruise.
So would you consider a cruise to Bermuda, all expenses paid and treated like a goddess? Would you consider that to be more than a common reward? I hope so. And Avon has announced that as of campaign 1, there's a brand new incentive that's coming. We don't know yet what the details are going to be or what the requirements are going to be, but this is going to be a trip to an exclusive, all-inclusive resort in Los Cabos, Mexico. And I will be there, and Richard will be there, and I know Mark and Lori and Rick and Tina will be there. So Marla, I hope you will be there with us too. Everybody on this Facebook Live, I hope that you will be on there. I really do. And that's, as soon as I know all the details, we will start a group and we'll get to work and we will do our best to get everybody on that trip.
Yeah, it's as simple. People do it all the time, but they think to earn trips and everything else takes an amazing wonder person, a Wonder Woman. But really, all it is how many people have an iPhone? How many people have a Droid? People have phones because they put it in their mind that they wanted that phone, and they end up buying it. They envisioned it, then they got it. If you want a car, if you want a house, if you want a trip, whatever it is, we do this all the time. We have mechanisms in our head that help us dream things up, but we tend to think that incentives and things like that on trips are only for the so-called lucky people. Well, it's not. We make our dreams happen. So
I was just looking for, sorry, I kind of disappeared for a minute. I was looking there. Mark is right. Mark said, Los Cabos, ole.
Yeah.
Mark is right. He says that there's a rake in the cash incentive right now.
Yes.
I was looking for the details. I don't have it in front of me. But basically, the gist of it is that if you increase your sales, you get to be in this and you get cash. Let's see if I can find it really quick.
Avon has all kinds of incentives all the time on all different levels. It's for new reps, for established reps. They're always having something going on that you can learn. It's either trips or product or money, but it's cool. Here it is. Here's the rake in the cash.
Okay, so rake in the cash. This is going on. Early entry offers. So receive an early entry into the drawing for each pack of campaign 19 brochures you order above and beyond what you ordered in campaign 18. Oh, Ashley, if you're on this call, this is probably what you were asking me about.
Yeah.
Ashley Montgomery, I don't know if you're on this call, but if you are, this might be what you were asking me about. So Avon is giving away $150,000 in cash. And if you order each pack of campaign 19 brochures you order above and beyond what you ordered in 18, you get an entry into the drawing. My mouse is being weird. And then B, your sales goal. From campaign 20 to 24, receive an entry for every $100 sales increase over the same campaign from the prior year. It doesn't give you the details about if you're new, which is probably going to be in the guide. So this is what's going to happen is there's $150,000 in cash. There's going to be 4 $25,000 cash prizes, one per region. There's 4 regions in the United States. There's the West, Northwest, East, and Southeast, I think. 2 $10,000 prizes, 2 $5,000 prizes, 10 $1,000 prizes, 10 $500 prizes, and then 10 more $500 prizes, 2 awarded at the close of each campaign. So the first way to enter it is to buy an extra pack of each pack of, that's a pack of 10 brochures that you buy above and beyond what you bought in 18. So if you ordered 4 packs in 18 and you buy 10 packs in 19, you receive 6 entries. And then receive an entry for every $100 sales increase over the same campaign prior year from campaign 20 to 24. If you were not here last year, so if you're new or you did not have an order in campaign a year ago, right, then we'll assume your sales were $100. So if anybody joins during this incentive, then it's going to be called $100 and you would have to sell over that. So if you sold 200, you would get 1 entry. If you sold 500, you would receive 4 entries. Now this is campaign 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, okay? There's a bi-weekly drawing at the end of each campaign with winners selected from entries in that campaign. And 2 winners will be chosen to receive $500. That's pretty exciting. That's cash. So Tracy says, Tracy Cruz Brunecker, you will be there. Let me start there. You will be there. We want you there, so I hope you'll be there. And Tracy Smith, if your new sales goal starts out at 100, so if you're new, your sales goal starts out at 100. I'm assuming you're saying, well, so you'd have to sell 200 to get 1 entry because that's a $100 increase. 300 would get you 2 entries, etc. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And there's a lot of details in here. Drawing for the remaining prizes earned will occur around November 23rd. And then cash prizes will be paid by check, cash, check, direct deposit, or prepaid card. If you enroll in direct deposit, you'll get paid faster. It'll be directly deposited into your bank. And you can earn a necklace. So if you get off to a strong start by placing an order in both campaign 20 and 21, and when you meet your personal sales goal, you'll be rewarded with an exclusive My Why locket necklace. Mm-hmm. So your reason for joining Avon is called your why. David H. McConnell started this company over 100 years with a dream of being women financial independence. He used the oak tree as a symbol of our growing success. So achieve this necklace and carry this symbol with you as your reason for being part of Avon wherever you go.
See, it's the front and the back. It has an oak tree on the back. The front says Avon, my why, and then the center has right here.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. Has a place to put a picture in it, like a locket. Your incentive sales goal to earn the My Why necklace is based on your prior year sales. Your 2000 goal for campaign 17, your 2008 goal will be the following. So if your prior year sales was $100 to $500, you have to beat prior year award sales by 30% to earn your locket. So this is all available on youravon.com. You can get all the details. So anyway, yes, there's all kinds of incentives. Avon has all kinds of incentives. There is a trip to Maui that's coming up. That's an incentive. That's all expenses paid. If you're brand new, probably it's too late to get into that. But that's, the big one is going to be Los Cabos. When they announce that, which they'll probably be announcing towards the end of the year because it's not going to start until campaign 1, we're going to jump into gear and we're going to get as many people as we can on that trip.
Can I say something? The thing I like about the new Avon is that they basically are setting everything up to you do, you get. Look at what's happening right here. They started in 19. They wanted you to up your brochures. The reason for that is so you can get more orders. Mm-hmm. And then if you get more orders, you can be earning some of this cash here. But also in campaigns 22 through 26, they're going to offer double dollars on the highest sales level that you have in campaigns 22 to 26. So what's happening? You've been buying more brochures, so you're going to be getting more orders. So you're bound to have one of those 4 orders that you have at the end of the year, especially at the holiday at Christmas time. they're going to be your biggest order, and then you're going to get double dollars on that. And then leading right into that, we're going to be finding out about the incentive to Los Cabos about that same time, because campaign 1 is when it launches, and that's about the first week or second week of December when that happens. So everything you do, you get, and everything's just tied in. That's the beauty that I love of the new Avon right now.
Yeah, just to clarify a couple of things that Richard talked about. It's not so much you do, you get, but if you do, then it sets you in position to be in the best place to go to get. But in campaigns 22 to 26, it's double award sales on your biggest order. So whichever campaign out of those campaigns is your largest campaign, Avon will double your award sales. So what that means, I know there's quite a few people on here who are new.
Yes.
What that means is your award sales is your total sales at retail price of everything you sell, of your entire order, and it includes brochures and sales tools and all of that. Okay, that's your total award sales, and Avon uses that to determine what your commission's going to be typically, because depending on the size of your order, it depends on how big your commission. But when they give you double award sales like this for an incentive, what it means is they take your award sales and they add it up throughout the whole year. And once you've sold $10,000 in a year, you get promoted to what's called President's Club. And that's $10,000 in 1 year. And once you've done that, you're considered a top seller with Avon, and you get special perks and special awards. So if they give you double award sales on a campaign, it doesn't mean you're going to make more. So just to clarify that, let's just say you had a $500 order, you're still going to make 40%, which is the amount you would make on a $500 order. But Avon's going to they're going to double that, and they're going to apply $1,000 towards the award sales that they're counting to get you up to the President's Club level. So it helps you to achieve higher levels and get perks and get special treatment, and you even get better pricing. You get better commissions when you get to the higher levels.
What are the perks? The perks, it's 40%. If you get the President's Club, you're guaranteed 40% sales for the next year. And you also can pick out 3 demos out of the demo book instead of just one.
You get acknowledged for your birthday.
Yes.
There's quite a few things they do, and there's different levels above President's Club, so you can continue to grow, and each time you grow, you're guaranteed higher discount. So like what Richard was saying is that President's Club, you're guaranteed 40% minimum earnings. That means if you place a $50 order, you're still going to get 40% earnings, whereas anybody else would get 20%. So,
you're also given President's points as soon as you reach 10,000 in sales, and those just build up throughout the year, and you can use those points for gifts or prizes and things that they offer in the store as well. So there's a lot of benefits to selling more. But like I said, I just love the beauty of the way Avon's been tying a lot of things in, so that one thing ties into the next, which ties into the next, and it just really helps us grow our business and helps Avon continue to thrive.
I 100% agree with Richard on that. Avon, has gone through some changes, and we are now New Avon, and New Avon cares about the reps, and I love that. They care more about everything they do is so that we can make more money, so that we can make more incentives. They can take care of us. They know that we're the bread and butter of the company, and they go out of their way to make sure we know that they appreciate us, and I love everything they do for us. So that was like 113. Wow, we've been on one time. That was 113. So dream and imagine the possibilities. There's no limit to your Avon business. Seriously, there are people, not a lot, but there are people that make upwards of $1 million a year with Avon. Well, at least one that I know of. There's quite a few people that make in the mid 6 figures. And if you count the trips that Avon sends you on, I mean, that's a ton more, but you're going to get trips, you're going to get incentives. Sometimes you get things like cars. They gave away Mini Coopers last year. So there's all kinds of things. So, and then the money you make is totally up to you. It's absolutely up to you. How much you put into your business is going to determine how much you're going to get out of it. So these are just some tips. There's 114 of them, 113 of them here. Just take the ones that work for you. Use them to spark new ideas. And as you try new ideas, you'll find what works, and you'll come up with other ideas, or you'll tweak it to what works best for you. But get busy, get into business. And when we go into fourth quarter sales, You want to be already in momentum. You want to already be set up. Just like right now, they were saying buy extra campaign 19 brochures so that in 20 and 21, your sales will be higher so you can earn these incentives. So just get busy and make it happen. And we're so excited that we're here with you. Our next Facebook Live, we have been on a long time. Our next Facebook Live will be next Sunday, the 26th at 6 p.m. Same time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So let me go back here.
Can I say something real quick at the end here? You know, we had 114 things here to do. If you do none of them, you're not going to grow your business. But do this. If you see 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 of these that work for you, try them. Know what's going to happen? I know it's happened to me when we started doing it. You try the ones that you have confidence in right now, and you think you can do it, and you do it, and you succeed. It's going to help you want to try another one, and then another one, and you're going to build your confidence level. So you'll be able to try several of these that you didn't think you would be able to try before. But it's all it's going to do is help you grow your business.
I just have a couple of questions. I'm just looking at this. So Tracy says, on the 2.0, how do you get the what's news ahead to plan ahead? Do you know you always get them 2 campaigns in advance? You get your brochures 2 campaigns in advance. So when you're placing your campaign 18 order, you're going to get books for campaign 20. And in your campaign 18 order, you should get campaign 20, what's new. So when you're placing your campaign 18 order, you should already have your campaign 20, what's new. It should be there. And then that's how you know what's going to be on the cover of that brochure and the items that are going to be in that brochure so you can plan ahead.
Yeah, when you can grab a
And Tracy, yes, I remember meeting you at the Crown Point Hotel.
Yes.
You're not a weirdo. So this is the what's new for campaign 20. Not very good at holding it in front of the camera. So this is campaign 20. The brochure will look like this, and it gives you inside what's in it.
You should get one in your order every campaign.
So this, you guys, is a stock up. You see that? It says buy 3, get 1 free. Buy 9, get 3 free. This is what I'm saying. If you know you can sell it and you know you can sell it fast, then hey, buy it. All the more power to you. But if you don't know that you can sell it really fast, don't buy it because you're still going to owe Avon. You're still going to have to pay for it.
Yes.
So don't do anything that's going to hurt you because you'll make more money if you just take the orders and place them. Okay, let's see if there's anything else really quick. Nikki, you're a sweetheart. Thank you.
Keep rocking it, Nikki.
Thank you for the information, not to mention the positivity. You'll be hearing more from me. Sorry, I kind of left you behind, but you'll be hearing more from me. So Bonnie says thank you. Pat says thanks you. I think that's it. So thank you all for being here. Sorry this was a little long. I hope you got something out of it.
Yes.
But have a great week. And watch Facebook because I may be posting some pretty exciting things from Ohio. And hopefully I'll have a lot more to talk to you about next Sunday about what I learned in Ohio. So I'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you all for being here today.
Bye-bye.
Good luck in your business.